So let's get into the guts of it. Let's start thinking about how we'd write it or produce it. Now, because most of you are doing written, I'm talking as if it's written. Many of you who do a video will still produce some sort of script document. However, when I'm saying things like 3 to 4 sentences, that means written or oral. Your introduction has a very specific purpose, and this doesn't matter what type of document you're doing. You're going to be trying to get your moderator and your marker very clearly into your head. We need to know, what was your research question? What was the topic? What was the final thing you answered? Not the one you started out with in your proposal that changed 17 times. The final one that you addressed in your paper. You then also need to think about what research you did. This is your chance to show off. Make yourself look really good. You guys have done lots of hard work. Make sure you show it. So what'd you do to collect the evidence? Then your thesis statement. So this is just like any paper that you've ever written for English or history or soc or science or anything. It is, presenting. I'm going to be talking about this stuff. Don't say it like that. But that's essentially what it does. Gives your reader a bit of an introduction. What's going to happen. So here's my example for you. The collation of a variety of expert sources clearly indicated that stress is elevated in the second term of Year 12 schooling. Now, can anyone guess what my question is? I'll give you a second to think. What would I have been writing about? Yes, you're right. Stress is elevated in the second term of Year 12 schooling. That is what I was writing about. Now, my question was about what are the things that cause elevation of stress as well. Go into it. I get my methodology. I get my outline of what I've done, make myself look really strong. And straight away, you can see that I have interviews, experiments, observations, and I've thrown in a few buzzwords because, we like to sound a bit fancy. Qualitative, quantitative sources, and you can see where my sources are. You can see who I conducted my interviews with. You can see that I have organized a range of data. There's a whole bunch of different stuff going on here that makes the moderators go, this is a project that's got some good stuff in it. Once we've got our methodology, you need to summarize your key findings. So my sentence here, the compilation of this data, several key tenets became evident, mostly that procrastination leads to stress, poor time management makes things worse, and the importance of asking teachers questions. So what were my focus questions here? What were my key findings? Okay, there were several of them, and there they are. The first one, what leads to stress? Procrastination. That was my number one thing. Lots of other things lead to stress too, but I chose to focus just on procrastination. Then time management as a second thing. So there's my first key finding, second key finding, and the importance of asking teachers questions. Okay, there's my 3 key findings that I've discovered.